Hey friends, Julie Gualandri here with the Julie G. Homes Group at Austin Portfolio Real Estate with your Real Estate Minute for August 2025. We have made it through the summer. There was actually a little bit of fall in the air this morning as I went out to do my morning workout, and here we are. It's time to talk about what's happening in the market. And I would say that over the last few days, just even as we've turned the page on summer, activity is picking up. Buying activity is picking up, which also means showing activity has picked up. And I'm talking to a few more sellers. So I think that's normal from a seasonal perspective. Interest rates are, they're still higher than they were for many years, but that's magic 6.5% that everyone has been talking about for over, oh gosh, almost 2 years as being sort of the magic number to get buyers back in the game. Well, it's here. It's been here for a couple of weeks, and we'll see what the next few weeks bring. We also have the Federal Reserve looking at an interest rate cut sometime later when they meet later this month. So the question there will be, will they do that? And, what effect will it have on mortgage rates? Because there are other things that are impacting certainty. And I guess really if I had to pick something, certainty or uncertainty is definitely a market driver. When consumers feel uncertain, they stop buying. Some of that is happening here. As well as in consumer spending. We've had a lot of new policies hit us this year as a country. We're testing the theory that tariffs are a way to raise money for the government. And the tariffs they started getting announced in January, but they didn't really start being implemented until a month or two ago. And it's hard to keep track of exactly what they are. So that's led to some uncertainty that the markets are still unsure about. So, here we sit in a new world. New world order, new things happening. And, with financial things, it typically can take up to a year for the effects of a policy change to impact us in our lives. So it's really unclear what effect tariffs and the money that comes in from tariffs, the changes in consumer prices that might come due to tariffs, how that's all going to roll out and impact you and I and a buyer's decision to buy a property. So I don't really have a lot more guidance other than to say we're still keeping an eye on things. The good news is that rates are much lower than they've been in 24 months. So that's great. And the great thing about mortgages is that you can refinance them when the situation improves. So I promise you, every lender has come up with different programs to help buffer that what you might consider that additional cost of borrowing now versus borrowing when rates go lower. Builders have offered lots of incentives that include what they call interest rate buy downs. So they'll pay the cost of making the 6.5 down to 4.99 or 5.5 or, whatever you qualify for. So there's a lot more than just that advertised 6.5% to consider. And everyone's credit profile is different. So your actual rate might be lower than 6.5, might be considerably lower than 6.5. So if you want to buy a home, talk to a lender and talk to me, and I'll find you a lender to talk to that suits your circumstances. And, let's get you thinking about what it is in your life that's important, and what does it look like for you specifically versus kind of what the headline rates are. So that's it for now. I will be reporting back in a month, and I'll be super interested to see kind of how activity changes over the next 30 days. Take care.